I'm starting more or less on time today. I won't even give the usual housekeeping notices. We'll get straight into the meeting. And we had to change the original meeting, but we got a really good, better than substitute, I think. Because I was introduced Samantha Stein and Jeremy and Kirsten Stein there. But Samantha Stein, somehow you've managed to upset the whole religious establishment. And I think this is amazing.
That's an achievement.
It's a great achievement. He's going to tell us about Camp Quest. I don't know, we'd like to know how it came about and what went on and what the reaction was, whatever, tell us about it. And questions at the end, please. Okay, so Samantha Stein will tell us about Camp Quest. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Welcome. Let's go around to.
Thank you all for coming to hear me talk. It's an honour to be asked to be the oldest secular society in the country.
In the world.
In the world. So when I was invited to give this talk, I thought long and hard about the different angles I can take. I thought I could give you a talk about the history of Camp Quest, because it's got a long history in America, or about why we need to get more young people involved in the cause or the movements. But then I thought it would probably just be best to give you an account of my personal involvement with Camp Quest and how exactly it came to be set up over here. And what happened at this little summer camp that caused so much fuss in July, because it's probably not as controversial as maybe it's been made out. So just to give you some background in the scouting movement in the UK as it currently stands, this is...
Oh, whoops, sorry, I turned too many lights on.
A little bit of light would be good. That's great, thank you. This is from the application form for a scout leader position, which a friend of a friend was actually required to complete. So you can see here it says, a criminal record is not in itself a bar to holding a role in scouting, but may be a factor in deciding the appropriateness of an individual's involvement. So, if you've got a criminal record, they'll probably want to check up on you, but it's not necessarily a bar to holding a role. And then further down, when you see it talks about all the religious tolerance that they promote, and they accept all these different religions, but it says, and this is, absolute quote, the atheistic absence of religious belief is a bar to becoming a member of the movement. And that is from this year, and that's in the UK. It's not in America. It's the same for the Boy Scouts of America, not the Girl Scouts, they're a little bit different. Now, I don't know about you, but I find that absolutely female equivalent of the Scouts, and I was required to pledge my allegiance to God and to the Queen. And, as an 8-year-old atheist, I just didn't really find that I found it a little upsetting. So, what can be done about this? Well, someone else thought this, and it was in 1996 when Edwin Kagan thought this too. He is from Kentucky, and he's 68 years old. He set up the first Camp Quest in Boone County, Kentucky. By 2006, there were 6 camps. So in 10 years, they'd managed to grow from a very small kind of, not cultish establishment, but very small. I think there were around 19, 20 campers in the first camp. And suddenly, after 10 years, there are 6 camps. Ohio, Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, Camp Quest West, which is in California, Ontario in Canada, and Michigan. So it was already a huge success by that time. The camps were small, they were around 20 to 40 kids, but they'd started to make an impression in America. So in 2006, lots of things happened. In addition to being the 10-year anniversary of Camp Quest in the UK, some little insignificant book about atheism was published. I don't think anyone's heard of it, but it was given to me as a 21st birthday present from my mother, who's here tonight. Hi, Mum. Now, before this time, I'd been an atheist, so I was looking forward to reading the God Delusion. I hadn't been involved with any groups, no secular societies. I hadn't gone to any conventions, and I'd certainly not been to any atheist summer camps. I'd been raised in a very non-religious secular environment, but I'd gone to kind of mainstreamish Christian schools, so I'd had my share of religion. But as I read page 53 of The God Delusion, my life was about to change, although I didn't know it at the time. So, page 53 of The God Delusion, in the footnote, Camp Quest takes the American institution of the summer camp in an entirely admirable direction. Unlike other summer camps that follow a religious or scouting ethos, Camp Quest, founded by Edwin and Helen Kagan in Kentucky, is run by secular humanists, and the children are encouraged to think skeptically for themselves while having a very good time with all the usual outdoor activities. So that's a massive plug for Camp Quest, right there in The God Delusion, one of the best-selling books that Richard Dawkins has written. So, to continue the story, the 21-year-old me reads this and starts to think, maybe I can do this over the summer. I'm a student, and had worked in a summer camp before, so 10-week stint that I'd done in 2006, thinking about a week-long summer camp was an absolute doddle, so it felt like it was a little bit of a holiday. I researched all the different summer camps I could go to, but Camp Quest, for some reason, just keeps sticking in my mind. So I make an inquiry, and I end up being in touch with Camp Quest in Michigan. So, August 2007, my life as it stood. I have to admit I'm an impulsive person, and I tend to go with a gut feeling. I'm very passionate, and I don't really consider all things. So in August, I had spent most of my student loan on a flight to America, and I was pretty much broke. I was going to Detroit, a city I knew nothing about, other than Eminem grew up there, who's a rapper, and lots of people get shot there. So it's kind of a dangerous city, you don't know anything about it. And there I was to meet a strange man who was going to take me into the woods and make me work for free for a week. This is a picture of Detroit, so I was maybe starting to think that I got it over my head at this point, because, you know, atheist summer camp, it sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? But needless to say, the camp director didn't turn out to be a psychopathic killer, and I didn't get shot in Detroit. The week was fantastic. I had the time of my life. I made good friends with every single member of the staff, and I'm still in touch with most of them. The kids, as you can see, are happy, they're friendly, they had a great time. And I began to feel a lot more confident in my beliefs as an atheist, in the secular position, humanism. It started to all come together, and I began to think about my ultimate purpose. Now I know part of why you all came here tonight was to hear the monumental shift that was my big decision to start Camp Quest in the UK, but in reality it was much more of a personal shift than anything. I met these incredible people, and you can see this picture of the gentleman with the sword. That's Edwin, the founder. He had a whole truck full of weapons and swords and all sorts of things, which he gave, well, he didn't give to the kids, but you know, he showed them how to use, and he's demonstrating how to cut a watermelon in half there. These were an incredible group of people, and after a week I felt like I had known them for years and years and years. So all of a sudden, by the end of the week, they were saying, hey, well, why don't you start up a Camp Quest in the UK? And I thought, don't be ridiculous, I'm 21, I've never done a summer camp before, I don't know what on earth I'm doing, it's very, very silly. But as I came back to the UK after camp, they kept on mentioning it, so I began to think that maybe I could do it.